In this video, I'm going to be unboxing July's Your Nail Lab box, and I'm going to be doing a set with it. You're probably wondering why this is so late, and it's because I got it kind of late, and then also I had something else that I had to do, so I wasn't able to put this out when I wanted to. But I'm finally putting this out maybe the first week of August, hopefully not too late. But let's get into the box. So this month's box was curated by Nails by Vic. If you don't know who she is, look her up because she does the most amazing nail sets. In the box there are square tips. If you watch her, you know that she loves a good square nail. I used to love doing coffin nails, and once I started watching her, I started trying square again, and I realized square is for me. I unfortunately didn't use those tips because I didn't have time to sculpt that day, so I did the lazy girl method instead. They also added this polygel named Daydream, and this is a really pretty nude, but nothing beats a siesta. If you have that polygel, you just know it's the perfect nude. They also added this rhinestone glue, which I was happy to see because everyone has it and says it's really good. Next is this jar of iridescent glitter, and I'm happy that they included so much of it. Next is a white gel polish, and I was hoping that they would have added maybe another one. Not that it would have made the world of a difference, but it would have been nice if they added another. Next is blooming gel, and I'm glad I got this because I tried a different brand the other day and want to try out some more. They added a dotting tool with a brush on the other side, and lastly are these pink rhinestones. I was hearing that people were getting other colors, so I was just happy to get the pink because that's what I was seeing. Now for the nail set. First, I'm gonna go in with my peel off base coat. For me, MAKARTT has the best peel off base coat because it allows you to keep your set on as long as you want. As soon as you want to take it off, it comes right off, no issues. Others I've tried just seem to work a little bit too well, and by that I mean pop off in the middle of a nail set too well. I've had that happen a couple times, so my go-to is definitely the MAKARTT peel off base coat. So like I said, I'd be doing the lazy girl method. All I do for this method is just squeeze a decent amount of the polygel into the tip, and then I smooth it out with my alcohol. When I do the lazy girl method with MAKARTT polygel, it's almost too easy. I never have any issues. It's probably the easiest polygel to do the lazy girl method with. Once I've sculpted inside the nail tip, I place it on my finger and then I cure it for 60 seconds. One thing you want to do, which I always forget to do, is check the underside before you cure. So sometimes it will seep out a little bit. So I had that on my thumb, but if I have that and it's really bad, I'll just file it off. But double check before you put your hand in the lamp. That way you don't have to go in and fix it with your e-file. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to talk about the Your Nail Lab subscription boxes because I was going to mention it in the beginning, but I was running out of time to explain what was in the box. But what I was going to say is, what does everyone think of the Your Nail Lab boxes? I typically tend to resubscribe if I feel like it's going to be worth my money. And I've only turned it on like twice. The last one I got was actually the Natalie Carmona box. I turned it on for the month that had, I think it was a blue reflective polygel. Then I ended up changing my mind and cancelling it because all I wanted was the blue polygel. The other things in the box weren't that good, so I told myself I'm not about to pay $37 just for this blue polygel. So I'm only gonna resubscribe if I like the look of the box for that month. Here I'm filing off some of the polygel that seeped out onto the nail. Whilst doing this, I accidentally filed off some of my skin, so don't get too close to the cuticle area, and I would recommend using a finer sanding band. For my design, I decided to do French tips because that's kind of what the box was telling me. I mean, the box wasn't saying anything, but that's just the first thing that jumped out at me. And also, Nails by Vic does a mean French tip. Look at me just unintentionally giving you guys bars. But I figured it's only right if I do a French tip. And I achieved this French tip by using the A method. I've done this method so many times to the point where I don't necessarily need to do it anymore, but having the guideline is super helpful. I have a video on it if you want to see it. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I originally found the video on TikTok and then I tried it out on here. But if you do want to see it on TikTok, just type in French tip A method or something like that, and the original video will come up. Speaking of TikTok, I'm about sick of it. The algorithm has changed so much that it's not recommending me good things anymore. I'll go on there and it's just like I'm scrolling for 30 minutes and nothing good is coming up. Just the shittest videos is what they want to give me. And the algorithm changing like that has also messed with me as a creator because they're not pushing my stuff out. I'll post something and get 60 views. I have a theory about this though. Apparently if you're in the TikTok creator marketplace thing, apparently they'll pretty much nerf your account and you don't get as many views. And if you want to leave this, it's a pain in the ass. I've been emailing them almost once a week for months to take me out of it and they don't respond. So if you're growing on there, do not for the life of me join the TikTok creator marketplace. It's no good. And a lot of other creators have said the same thing. They say they feel like they're not being pushed out since they joined it. And it's a scam anyway. It's only so that brands can reach out to you directly on there. But it's like if you have an email, they can do the same thing. So it's not really anything beneficial in my eyes. But enough about that. Let me explain what I've been doing. So I did a second coat of the white polish. I will say this isn't as pigmented as I thought it would be. So I had to do a second coat. And on my middle finger, I did 3 coats. Then for my ring finger, I applied some top coat around the white of the French. Then I poured some glitter onto the wet top coat, cured it, then I applied another layer of top coat to seal it in, which is the layer that I'm doing now. Once I cured this, I ended up filing the sides so that it wasn't so bulky. And then towards the end, I went in with another layer of top coat, but that time I painted the whole nail. I unfortunately didn't show me applying top coat to my nails, but before I applied the rhinestones, I added top coat to all of the nails. I decided to do a simple placement for the rhinestones, just so you could still see a lot of that French. Also, just a heads up, if I sound different, it's because I'm editing on my PC. I got it last month and I'm only editing on there for the first time. And I also have my MacBook, so depending on how I feel, sometimes I'll use my MacBook to edit and other times I will use my PC. But for some reason it picks me up really weird on here and I hope it doesn't sound bad. Also, before I shut up, I have a poll on my community tab. I want to know what haul I should do next. By the looks of it, Nails Couture is winning, but AliExpress is slowly creeping up. So if you haven't voted, please go and vote. I believe you can watch this video and vote at the same time. If you click on my face, then go to the community tab, it should be there. YouTube doesn't close out the polls, so whatever results I have the following morning is what I'm going to go for. But on that note, I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Once I was done adhering the rhinestones, I went in with my cuticle oil from Nails Couture. And this is the finished result. I have a bubble on the middle finger which is driving me crazy, but to my discovery, I had trapped a couple of fuzzies in the nude poly gel and it's just front and center. Don't know how it happened. It's almost like when you get dust under your screen protector. It's giving that. But if you like this video, like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching.